Welcome to day 7 of Faith with a Twist. I'm coming at a different angle this morning because I got a little bit later start and the sun is a little bit higher right here, and the way I was angled, you were going to see a whole lot of the sun and not a whole lot of what I'm showing you to do this morning. So I'm turned a little bit differently, and if you will turn your volume up all the way, I believe you'll be able to hear really clearly. Okay, so days 5 and 6 were a combination and a gentle practice, and for whatever reason YouTube was just really slow and it took forever for it to upload, so it is available now. So I would suggest that if you have skipped any days, that you go backward, grab those days, do those practices, and then get caught up when you can. You don't have to do day 7 on the 7th day of the month. You don't have to do day 8 on the 8th day of the month. Just whatever fits into your schedule is fine. Okay, so we do need, if you're still using a strap, you're going to need something to use for that. Make sure you have your water close by. We're going to do something a little different today. We've been doing mostly what is called Hatha yoga, which is focused on breathing. The moves are a little bit slower and more purposeful, and we hold each pose through several rounds of breath. But with Vinyasa, which is what we're going to do a little bit of today, Vinyasa is about flowing through each pose with inhalation and exhalation. So we'll do one pose on inhale, move to the next pose on exhale, move to the next pose on inhale, and so forth. So I'm going to show you a Vinyasa flow that is basically a sun salutation. And we'll do several of them together after we do our warm-up and our stretches and center our focus. I'll show you how to do the Vinyasa flow, and then I would encourage you to stop the video, try to do it on your own, and then maybe go back and watch the video again from the beginning of the flow series and just do it a few times until it becomes a little more natural. You will get hot and sweaty. You will find that your heart rate is going to go up, so this will be a nice cardio workout. And this will be something that you could come back to at any time during the month when you feel like you need to do something that's a little bit more higher paced and a little bit more of a cardio workout for you, okay? So let's get started with day 7. We are moving on to the next yama, and this is asteya, which means non-stealing. So get yourself in a comfortable position. You can be sitting upright, cross-legged like I am. If you want to go ahead and come into cobbler's pose, you can do that. You can lay down on your back. You can lay on your side. Just something that makes you feel comfortable, where you can relax your mind and focus your thinking on the lesson for today. So let's come into an attitude of prayer. Almighty God, the foundation of all wisdom, you know our necessities before we ask and our ignorance in asking. Have compassion on our weakness and mercifully give us those things which for our unworthiness we dare not, and for our blindness we cannot ask. Through the worthiness of your Son, Jesus Christ our Lord, who lives and reigns with you and the Holy Spirit, one God, now and forever. Amen. And now let's take a few moments in reflection. Let's start with the obvious. We shouldn't take things that belong to someone else. This is a lesson we are taught early in life. But that doesn't mean that this yama is always easy to follow. Most of us don't have a problem with outright theft. We don't shoplift for cash fraudulent checks or break into homes. But there are plenty of ways that we steal. We make the choice to keep the $10 in change a harried cashier at the store gives us instead of a single dollar. Windfall. We habitually overstay our allotted session with a therapist. We cheat just a little on our taxes. We forget to return our sister's awesome sweater that she left in our apartment the last time she visited. It's also possible to steal things we can't hold or touch. We take credit for work done by someone else, or we plagiarize, presenting someone else's thoughts or words as our own. Stealing can occur in many different ways. We need to consider our motivations to steal. In some cases, it's simply desire. We need something, we want it, and we take it. In many situations, stealing is motivated by a belief that there is not enough in the world to go around. We believe that if we don't grab it, money, objects, undue credit, we'll be left without. The assumption of scarcity makes it easy for us to rationalize stealing. When we operate from a place of scarcity, we focus on what we do not have rather than being mindful and thankful for what we do have. A fundamental shift in outlook from scarcity to abundance can be life-altering. By focusing on all we have in life, our attitudes shift to joy, gratitude, and contentment. A shift in outlook takes practice, dedication, and effort. How do we make this shift? We trust, we practice gratitude, and we have faith. In fact, faith may be the most important key in making this shift in perspective. We develop a deep confidence that our needs will be met according to the prophets of the Old Testament, the stories and parables of Jesus, and the teachings of ancient yogis. There is no treasure greater than the peace of mind and ultimate joy that we attain through spending dedicated time meditating on and with God. As you practice today, notice where you are stealing from yourself. On days when you feel sluggish, take a closer look. Are you truly worn out, or are you just being lazy? By embracing a grateful heart, you can tap into stores of energy that can keep you going, and the desire to stop will start to melt away. Look for areas of theft in your life and practice non-stealing, or asteya, instead. So wherever you were during the prayer and reflection, let's go ahead and come to a seated position, and we'll come to cobbler's pose with the soles of the feet together. Again, let your knees and hips relax. Just let them go where they will. Don't try to force your knees down. Make sure you're sitting up nice and tall. Your shoulders are lifted and down away from the ears. If your hips or knees become a little uncomfortable in cobbler's pose, you can extend your legs out front for our next set of stretches. Let's just relax our hands down into the lap or on the knees with the palms facing up. Just take a nice deep breath in through the nose and out through the mouth. Drop the chin to the chest. Continue to breathe nice and deep in through the nose, out through the mouth. Let's bring the head back up to center. Turn your head all the way to the right. And now turn your head all the way to the left. Bring the head back to center. Drop the chin to the chest again. Check your breathing. And bring the head back to center. Now your breathing is going to be very important for today's practice because, as I said, we'll be moving from one pose into the next with each inhalation and exhalation. So we won't hold a pose through inhale, exhale. We'll move from one pose on inhale, move to the next pose on exhale. So it's going to move a little bit quicker, and your breathing is going to be very important to this practice. Number one, because your body is going to be working a little harder. It's going to need more oxygen. And number two, you're going to need it because you may feel a little bit lightheaded through this practice. So just check your body often. I'll give you some pointers for places where we might want to stop and take a break into child's pose. So this is going to be a little bit different if you've never done a Vinyasa flow before. It's not going to be too challenging in the poses that we're doing because these are all poses that we've already done these last days together. It's just going to be different in the way that we move and the pace of our practice, okay? It's going to be a shorter practice, but it's going to be quicker in the way that we move. All right, let's extend our legs out front. Extend your arms, rotate your wrists, and turn in the opposite direction. And bring the hands to heart center, pressing inward. Turn the fingers down, still pressing inward. Bring the fingers back up. And relax the arms. Lean back a little, hold yourself up, and lift up one foot. Rotate the ankle. And opposite direction. Relax, lift the other foot, rotate the ankle, and opposite direction, and relax. Now for our next few stretches, if you want to use a strap, you can. If you feel comfortable without your strap, either way is fine. Make sure you're sitting up nice and tall. Take a deep breath, raise the arms. Exhale into a gentle fold. One more deep breath. And exhale back up nice and tall. Bring the right foot in to the inside of the left knee. Relax the right knee and hip. Adjust your posture, deep breath. And exhale, gentle fold. One more deep breath. And exhale back up. Bring that foot up and over on the outside of the knee now. Adjust your posture, nice and tall, deep breath. And twisting over that knee, bring the opposite elbow to the outside of the knee. Back hand down for support. Stretching through the lower back. Hand position can remain outstretched. Palm facing up, palm to hip, or hands to heart center. Deep breath. Exhale back to center, exchange legs. Left foot comes into the knee, left leg relaxes. Adjust posture, deep breath. Gentle fold. One more deep breath. Exhale back up nice and tall. Foot comes up and over, adjust the posture. Deep breath. And twisting over the knee, opposite elbow to the outside of the knee. Back hand down for support. Front arm again can be extended. Palm up or hands to heart center. Just be sure wherever your hand position is that you're feeling that nice deep stretch through the lower back and into the hip. One more deep breath, and exhale back to the front. Now let's bring our legs out wide. Just to where you feel that beginning of a stretch right on the inner thigh, not too much further than just that point of tension there. And let's start with our hands in the center. We're going to walk our hands out slightly just to where you deepen that stretch a little bit. Try to keep your toes pointing forward, or pointing up rather. You don't want them to fall forward like this. Toes are staying up. If you feel comfortable doing this, you can lay your elbows down. Let's take one more deep breath. And exhale, push back up. Now let's reach out to one leg, doesn't matter which one, we'll do both sides. Reach down towards your ankle. Torso is staying facing forward. Opposite arm's gonna come over. Now if you can, try to lay your elbow down on your shin or down on the mat, whatever feels most comfortable. We wanna get some good stretches in this morning so that our vinyasa can flow easily and comfortably. Now turn your body towards your leg, reach out with both hands. Deepen the stretch just a bit. And let's come back up to center, to the other leg. Pushing down towards the ankle, square the shoulders to the front. And turn and face the leg, deeper stretch. One more deep breath. And exhale back up to center. Let's extend the legs together once more. This time we'll do a little bit deeper stretch. Make sure your posture's nice and tall. Deep breath. And exhale, fold. A little bit deeper than before. One more deep breath, deep in the stretch. And exhale back up tall. Now pull your legs into a comfortable seated position. We're going to do a few stretches for the shoulders. Clasp your fingers together, flip your palms out, press them forward. Now raise the fingers up. Now release the fingers, bring your hands behind your back, clasp your fingers together once more, flip your palms outward, and now you're going to be pressing down. Sit up nice and tall, feel the stretch through the shoulders, feel your chest open. Now see if you can raise your hands a little bit. You're going to deepen that stretch in the shoulders. And come back down. Once more, raise the hands just a bit. And come back down. And release the fingers, bring your arms all the way around, give yourself a hug. One more deep breath. And relax. All right, get you a sip of water. Now, if you've not done a Vinyasa flow before, if you want to just watch the first time that I show it, that's perfectly fine. If you want to try to do it, that's fine too. And if you've never done one before, it might be beneficial for you to watch it before you try to do it, so that you can get your mind around the concept of breathe out with a pose, breathe in with the next pose, breathe out with the next pose, breathe in with the next pose, because it does move pretty fast. And it is the poses that we've done before. We're going to go through a sun salutation, maybe a few other poses thrown in that we can do a breath at a time. And we'll go through the series a few times so that you can start to feel what the flow feels like. And then I encourage you, after we do it a few times, I'll go ahead and do a relaxation for you. I'll do some of the restorative poses. We'll do Savasana. And you can go back and watch this again and do the flow as many times as you want, okay? So let's go ahead and stand up. We're going to come to the end of the mat in mountain pose. And we're going to go through a sun salutation as a flow. I'll tell you what though, let's do a sun salutation without the flow first so that you'll remember what all the sequence of the poses are, okay? So we start in mountain pose. Deep breath, raise arms. Exhale, forward fold. Let your head, neck, and shoulders relax when you fold. Inhale, come halfway up, look out over the horizon. And exhale back down. Next inhale, we'll walk out into plank. Usually with plank, we hold it through a few breaths. So we'll do that now just to get a feel for the poses as they'll come in a few minutes. One more deep breath and exhale, crocodile. Inhale, cobra. Listen to your lower back here. Bring the toes under, take a deep breath. Exhale, into down dog. Walk the hands back towards the feet, forward fold. One more deep breath. And exhale slowly, rising back to mountain pose. Okay, now that we've gone through the poses for a sun salutation Vinyasa flow, we're going to do them now as a flow. So again, if you want to just watch, see what it looks like, kind of get the feel for it, then you can rewind, start over, okay? So here we go, mountain pose, inhale, exhale, fold, inhale, halfway, Exhale, fold. Inhale, walk out to plank. Exhale, crocodile. Inhale, cobra. Exhale, down dog. Inhale, walk the hands backward. And exhale, rise up. So that's the flow right there. A short sun salutation vinyasa flow. So let's do that again. Mountain pose. Inhale, raise the arms. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway. Exhale, back down. Inhale, plank. Exhale, crocodile. Inhale, cobra. Exhale, down dog. Inhale, walk the hands to the feet. And exhale, rise up. And there you have it. So I can feel my heart rate going up quite a bit. I'm already sweating. So it's the same poses that we've done before that we did very intentionally, slowly, holding through several breaths. We're just doing them a breath at a time. So this time let's add a couple of things. We're going to add crescent, which is where toes are facing forward. We're up similar to Warrior One. So we'll add that on each side for this flow, okay? We'll do a few more flows to kind of get the feel of it, and we may add some more as we go. Okay, so mountain pose. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, fold. Inhale, halfway. Exhale, fold. Inhale, plank. Exhale, crocodile. Inhale, cobra. Exhale, down dog. Inhale, raise the left foot. Exhale, bring it through. Check your foot position quickly. Inhale, raise up. And exhale, hands down. Inhale, left foot comes back to down dog. Exhale, lift the right foot. Inhale, step it through. Check your knee and foot position. Inhale, raise up to crescent. Exhale, hands down. Inhale, right foot comes back to down dog. Exhale, walk the hands back. Deep breath. And exhale, raising up to mountain pose. So there you have it. There's a sun salutation, vinyasa flow, adding crescent. A little bit faster than what we're used to. But I hope that you're feeling your heart rate going and you are feeling a little bit of a sweat happening. Let's take a little bit of a break. Get you a sip of water. We'll do that flow one more time. And then you'll have the basics for doing it as many times as you'd like to repeat once we do our relaxation. All right. Mountain pose. Deep breath. Exhale, fold. Inhale, halfway. Exhale, fold. Inhale, plank. Exhale, crocodile. Inhale, cobra. Exhale, down dog. Inhale, raise left foot. Exhale, bring it through. Check your feet and knees. Inhale, crescent. Exhale, hands down. Inhale, foot comes back. Exhale, right foot raised. Inhale, bring it through. Exhale, crescent. Inhale, hands down. Exhale, right foot comes back to down dog. Inhale, walk the hands back. And exhale, rise up. Now you may feel a little lightheaded after doing these a few times. So let's come to a comfortable seated position. So if you feel lightheaded after you have finished one round of Vinyasa flow, whether you put crescent in it or whether you just do the sun salutation part, take a break, okay? Don't push yourself. If you've never done Vinyasa before, it is a little challenging because it is faster. It gets your heart rate up. It gets your blood flowing a little bit faster. So you have a tendency to maybe get a little bit lightheaded. So if you start to feel that, take a break, sit down, grab a sip of water, go into child's pose, go ahead and do a relaxation. Because you don't want to overdo it, not at all. That's not what yoga is about. Okay, so let's go ahead and do a couple of restorative poses and relax. And if you're not ready, you can stop the video right here. You can rewind it to the beginning where we first started doing the flow, and you can repeat that as many times as you feel comfortable. I wouldn't suggest doing it for more than an hour. We've been doing about maybe 20 minutes so far. So I wouldn't suggest going any further than an hour, especially if you still feel like you are at beginner level, okay? So just listen to your body, listen to how your head feels. You feel lightheaded, dizzy, nauseated, trying to get a headache. That's a sign that you're done, okay? All right, let's lay down. Keep the knees bent, feet are hip distance apart. And let's just lie here and relax. Let's take a few breaths. Just let your body relax. Now place your left ankle on your right knee. Let the left leg relax. Bring the right knee towards the chest. Reach up behind that knee. Pull it down gently. Make sure there's no tension in your shoulders or your neck. Extend the right leg. Continue to stretch. And let's bring the feet back to the mat. Change legs. Right ankle over left knee. Let the right leg relax. Left knee comes to chest. Check your neck and your shoulders. Make sure there's no tension. And extend the left leg now. And relax. Now feet are still a hip distance apart, but let's bring the heels close to your hips. Extend your arms out, palms facing up. Let the knees fall together to the left. Keep the shoulders planted on your mat. Now bring the knees over to the right. Bring the knees back to center. Bring the feet, ankles and knees close together, touching, keeping the heels close to the hips. Knees fall together to the left. Bring the left arm across your body to the right and turn your head to the right. Now turn your head to the left. Bring your knees across to the right and bring the arms across to the left. Bring the knees back to center. Extend the arms. Bring the feet about a hip distance apart, moving them away from the body now. Now walk your feet towards each other. Place the soles of the feet together. Let the knees fall away from each other. Bring the arms up over your head into a V. Your head could be at the center or it can drift over to one side, whatever feels comfortable for your neck. Bring the knees back together, plant the feet on the mat. Bring the knees to the chest, soles of the feet upward.
Reach up and grab the outsides of your feet for happy baby. Rock gently if you'd like. And let's bring our feet back down. Extend the legs all the way. Relax your arms, coming into corpse pose. Let your head drift to whichever side feels comfortable as we relax. More deep breath. As you're ready, let's come back to a comfortable seated position, raising up slowly so you don't get lightheaded. And as we end our practice today, I have one more thought from the reflection to read to you. And for the next 3 days, or 2 days after today, we'll be reflecting on the same yama, which is non-stealing. And here's the last thought for the day. When we were established in non-stealing, all jewels present themselves. So as you go about your day today, think about in the reflection where it talked about how we steal from ourselves. We've talked a few days ago about the negative thought patterns that we have in our head, and that's stealing from ourselves. That's stealing our joy. So think about those thoughts and behaviors and actions, words, those things that actually steal from your joy. I think we've all experienced some of that in recent days and months because of what's happening in the world right now. So try to, when you find those thoughts start to creep in, just find a place to put them. I'm not stealing my joy. I'm not letting this steal my joy. I'm not going to steal from myself. I'm not going to steal from my happiness and my peace today. So as you sit in a comfortable seated position, let's make sure that our back is up nice and tall, our shoulders are down and away from our ears. Take a nice deep breath in. Exhale. Again, breathe in. Exhale. Last time, raise the arms, inhale. Exhale, hands to heart center. Thank you for joining me for day 7 of Faith with a Twist. I hope that you have a wonderful day and that you have a sense of joy and peace and that you can pass those feelings of joy and peace on to others. Until we meet again, the Divine Light in me honors the Divine Light in you. Namaste.